Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Going Medieval. In the last part, we started expanding the kitchen over here, and that's looking alright so far. We still have a little bit of building to do. We also picked up this guy, Cuthbold, who may well be one of the worst people we've ever received. Although credit where credit's due, he should still have an injury, but he's already getting to work, so good job, man. Proud of you. Maybe you'll be the best we've ever had. He's not going to be, but maybe he will be. And most importantly of all, we translocated Apple Street, and it seems to be very happy with the new location, so we're doing okay over here. And today we've got a little bit of a search party coming along for Cuthbold. It looks like they have 4, 8, 10, 12 melee and 4 archers, so that's going to be a little bit of a tough one. And Cuthbold looks like he's a pretty mid marksman, and he's okay at melee. And before we get going on them, we do need to check. Okay, we're waiting on resources for the crossbows. We need wooden mechanical components. Are we working on those? We do have some in the stockpile. So for now, we'll just make sure that you have some kind of armor on you. I'm not sure if I want to give you a ranged weapon or if I want you to go melee. We have 2 melee guys, 2 with javelins, so they kind of do both. And then everyone else is on range. I'm thinking another range person would not be a terrible idea. And there's the kitchen itself being completed, so I believe that means this all got finished up top, which is great. And we do need to still add some more roof over to this part, so let's go ahead and get that queued up. It has been just a little under 2 months since I've recorded this last, so there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm sure that won't come back to bite us in the ass considering we have a siege coming in. And we did want to extend these to have some extra rooms. These are some pretty small ones, but that will hopefully give everyone a place to sleep, so we'll keep going with that. And the room on the end can be a little bit bigger. Congratulations. Let's see. Yeah, no one's in that bed. No one's in that one. Cuthbold, Scott, and Simon. Okay, so we're going to be 1 room shy, and there's the new kitchen completely laid out. We might need to move some of the stuff around at some point. For now, I'm sure it's fine. We do need to get you on everyone else's schedule now that you're properly working. And the one nice thing about Cuthbold is, yeah, he's going to be our main crafter, so hopefully we'll be able to actually get caught up on all the little non-skilled work that we have laying around, because that was an issue last time. Simon and Rick held friends. Good to see that going. Okay, we do have a couple carpenters as well. That's something else that we need to keep an eye on. Right, Laurentia is our best one, but she's busy with harvests and the like. Those I could knock those down for a bit, but I think we're fine to leave it as is. And the cellar is looking okay for the moment. I'm gonna try and deconstruct this floor because I did have this weird little forbidden bug from a while ago. There have been, obviously, since it's been a while, quite a few little minor updates, so I haven't been keeping up with the patch notes very much, but hopefully this will help fix that. It's nothing that's really important, it's just mildly inconvenient, but it would be nice to get rid of that. And we're down to 22 hours, so looks like that'll be a bit of a midday siege, so that's kind of the ideal time for it. Of course, that's probably just going to be whoever's coming in to do the negotiation. So, ooh, Laurentia up to 30, nice. So we will probably have more time once they show up. Ideally, they just leave, but you guys know that's never anything good to plan on. We do have a decent amount in the stockpile. I could always try and pay them off. We should actually have a decent amount of gold. Yeah, 211 coins. Out of curiosity, I might see if they're willing to take a bribe, since we don't really ever do that. And honestly, we don't really use our coins for anything anyway. We do have people working in the forges. That's good. And, oh, Laurentia is also our smith. Right, that is a concern. Yeah, you're our #1 smith with a growth in it, actually. Eustace is technically better. I'm going to swap you over to 1 on that. I'm going to drop you down to 2 and bump you up to 2 as well. Oh, Cuthbold could be okay at it. Interesting. There we go. Get some stuff copied over to the new rooms, and then we'll probably give everyone except Cuthbold a room since he's the new guy. As for our next major construction project, I thought we had already extended the temple and the chapel out a little bit. I thought we had already done that out here, but I think that's something I was just planning to do. And we probably still want to do that. The question is, do I think now is the right time for it? Considering we are on the eve of a siege, I should probably just let these guys get caught up on doing a bunch of other stuff. Also, we have all the coins going into the warehouse. Probably don't do that, because I think if they do get inside, they will try to just steal that. So we should try and at least spread that throughout the chests so that they can't just go to one point and just grab everything we own. Make them work for it at least. There we go. 2 more chambers up and running. So now let's double check we have. We have Scott and we have Cuthbold, as well as, who's the third one? Simon. So Scott and Simon. There you go. Have some nice rooms. Now we just need Cuthbold, and then we can actually get the Great Hall completely emptied out. I guess expanding up here would probably be the next play. We were just talking about that because that should give us plenty of room to build some more chambers. including for whoever our next guests are going to be. And we do have research, so let's take a quick look over here. Siege engines. Oh yeah, we could try and get some of this going. Fire trap, could try and get a portcullis. Good furniture would be nice. Chemistry, ooh, that is our apothecary. I was thinking we do probably want to get that. However, some nice armor would be nice. Are we actually making the mail armor? We should probably make sure we're doing that before we do anything else. That will be over on the armor bench. Yeah, I don't think we actually have that much iron is the issue. Yeah, we're not quite up to that yet. We do have plenty of iron around, so once we actually get the mining underway, we can probably swap over to heavy armors. I don't think we're there quite yet, though. Maybe after this siege, once we get some free time. And there's Cuthbold working on the limestone, because we do also want to try and get our walls a little bit sturdier. The main concern, which I did remember, is definitely the siege ladders, which will be coming in through here. I want to try and get some more gates going. We have 13 hours. Today's almost over anyway. I did briefly look at some patch notes recently as far as the Medieval Monday talks goes, and I think, fingers crossed, they are finally going to start getting drawbridges in the game soon, which would be awesome. Of course, we don't have a proper moat yet, which we'll have to figure out that whole mess. I'm guessing that's going to be something we either need to bring in water barrels and destroy them in here and then let the water spread. Of course, that would be like the most shallow cheat moat ever. But I'm thinking what we'll end up needing to do is dig the river, divert it into the moat, let it fill up naturally, and then close it back up, which will be its own amazing terraforming feat in its own right. That'll probably take a couple parts. That is something that I am considering. I guess the follow-up question to that is what would be the best way to do that, because we do have this giant little quarry in the middle of the way and a giant field of clay. Maybe through here between the garden and the main gate, and then let it fill up all the way around, because alternatively we've got to go around this way, which is going to take even longer. So I think that will be the, I guess we could cut it across the clay field as well. Yeah, we'll have to think about that. Right now I think it works just fine as is. That's honestly more of a nice to have than a necessity, but we do definitely want to get it done at some point. And 12th day of summer, is it 12 or 13 days? 12 days each season, so happy last day of summer. We might be getting siege shortly. Okay, looks like Simon's... Okay, he is auto-equipping. Yeah, it looks like his javelins broke down. That's fine. We have at least some on the stockpile right here. Good quality as well. Speaking of, how's everyone looking on armor ratings and the like? Yours is a little bit sketchy. Yours is pretty worn down. Rocking a lot of sturdy and a little bit of flimsy, so not my favorite. Yeah, a lot of this armor could break during the siege. Might actually need to do a little bit of force equipping on a few people just to make sure they have decent armor on, or at least have armor that's not going to break immediately. Yeah, like Raquel, you deserve better armor for sure. And this seems... Oh, hold on, there's some plate here. How good is that? Looks nice. Pretty garbage, actually. There we go. That's some decent deer hide. Equip the light armor, please. And Scott's wearing a pretty garbagey gambeson as well. I think this mail armor's all right. Yeah, 20. Eustace rocking a 1% helmet. Let's go ahead and upgrade you to that. Oh, a wooden horned helmet. Like the energy, Simon, let's get you something a little bit better. Oh, speaking of, you went for a sling. We'll definitely give you those javelins after you equip this. And I meant to do this earlier, but Laurentia, I'm going to have focus on making a crossbow over the harvesting, which seems like we have another round of that to do. And depending on how much time we have, we'll either wait till tomorrow to go talk to whoever shows up, or we might end up getting surprised and they show up immediately. But I'm pretty sure we should have at least 24 hours to go deal with that. Cuthbold, actually, even though you're okay at it, don't worry about helping out with the harvesting stuff at all. I'd rather have you focus on some other things. Apparently training. Honestly, probably not a terrible idea. I will actually let you help out with the plant cutting. In fact, go ahead and lower the top tier guys down to 2 on cutting. Let the other guys take care of that as priority. Okay, 1 day, 1 hour on negotiator. You are way out here. Okay, there is a ramp nearby, fortunately. I was gonna say that's a really weird spot to choose, but it seems to be okay. Are they jailers? Yep, they want Cuthbold. We know about that. And you're gonna sit there for a while. Probably till tomorrow morning at least. And Laurentia gets the first crossbow done. And did you just drop that in place? It actually couldn't drop where it was, so it went all the way over here. That's fine. Probably give that to a good marksman. Although keep in mind, we do have some longbows equipped and warbows, so actually probably just give that to Cuthbold. We'll go ahead and give you the range tag, even though you already have a weapon. And then we'll probably just have Laurentia crank out a couple more of those once she's done getting caught up on her stuff. Yeah, I know you want to go harvest resources. That's nice. How about you go ahead and make another crossbow instead? I think we also go ahead and get some framework set up for a future expansion because we are going to be going into autumn and it will be a bit cold out, but I think we should have enough time to expand the Great Hall if we don't die here shortly. And I would like to get that up and running at some point. And we're running pretty low on sticks and wood. We should have enough for what we need, but I am going to go ahead and set up some chopping jobs all around. We have a few dead trees around base, so that should be good. And since we actually have a little bit of free time, let's go ahead and get the chemistry up and running so we can get this apothecary underway. And I believe that goes in the workshop. Slight problem, we are running out of quite a bit of space here. Oh, we have just enough room for it here though. Perfect. Yeah, workshop expansion would be nice. I don't know if we're gonna have any room for it, unfortunately. We'll have to figure something out with that. I think I have a couple ideas for that, but that'll probably be a long-term project in the future. And Laurentia, finish up the next crossbow, and there we go. Go ahead and make another one, please. Anyone rocking a short bow? Actually, you know what? Everyone else is rocking either a war bow or a long bow, which is nice, but I think the crossbow is still a little bit better. These things are slower, but they do have high armor penetration, and we are dealing with scarier enemies. And it is lower attack speed. However, with the high volume of fire, hopefully that'll help compensate for that. I think these things tend to be a little bit more accurate too, and extra 2 precision, but that range... Yeah, we'll probably want to upgrade these guys to crossbows. And the apothecary bench getting just about finished up here. Go ahead and speed time up a little bit. There we go. So now we can finally have some healing kits. Get someone on that right away. 10 of the things should hopefully get the job done. We have an alchemist, by the way. That does take priority over research. So yeah, either Oswald or Eustace should work on that. Yeah, get over to producing. I do like knowledge because knowledge is power, but also making sure we don't bleed out from our wounds is slightly more important at this moment in time, I think. And those should go down into the cellar, if I'm not mistaken, if we had room for it, which I don't believe we do. Okay. Probably time for another expansion. Let's dig... What's... Okay, that's right under the Great Hall. I think this will still be fine. We'll do 1 row here for now. Oh, we did want to do 1 more row out. That will put us pretty close to the trench, but we should still have room. We'll do 1 more row there. I'm going to have this stay as a support column, and I think that'll be good. Ulrich and Eustace are friends. Hooray. Laurentia, probably actually go grab a crossbow. You earned it, considering you've been making all the damn things. See if you can... crank 1 more out, at least get it started. And I think at this point, okay, we did already turn off short bows. Good, I was about to say we can probably go ahead and stop making those, but looks like we've already done that. And we're not making slings, we're just focusing on javelins, so that's good. Okay, looks like everyone else is going to sleep. Yeah, go ahead and turn you off that, because I don't want you working through the night. We need you to be well rested in case we have to deal with a siege in the morning, which we will. Don't need you guys being exhausted for tomorrow. Okay, morning of the siege, most likely, and... it has been happy autumn, by the way. Yeah, it's been a minute. We got to figure out exactly who we're sending out here to talk to these people. Eustace is at 12 with a growth. 9 with a growth. I think it's Eustace. Simon's technically slightly better, but he doesn't have a growth in it. So yeah, I think Eustace will be fine. Probably let you... It will take you a couple hours to get out there, so we should have time. So let you finish that up, and then we'll probably go ahead and send you out there. And I will probably have Laurentia try and crank out that last crossbow once she's done entertaining herself. Okay, Eustace finished up first. That's fine. Go ahead and negotiate. And Laurentia, I know you want to go out there and harvest. It's kind of your steez, but I really do need crossbows as priority. And Oswald's trying to get those herbs cranked out. I don't think he's going to have enough time to get it done, unfortunately. Also, yeah, this is still just going to be bugged forever, which bit of a shame. Nothing we can do about it. Okay, looks like we can get just 1 more row out here and then we'll be okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead, set that up, and then this part will be done. Right. Violent extortioners. The Bear Kimreg. The bard began to tell an achingly beautiful saga of broken promises, a fugitive, an oath. Hair flowing, eyes closed, his fingers ran over a small harp. The ethereal music sweetening the enchantment. You would let Cuthbold come away, would you not? Spellbound, you nonetheless had to choose. Can we just be cool about this? I'm not gonna surrender. Settlers get positive for helping someone in need. If we make an offer, you want 942 worth of goods. So in theory, we give you all the gold. What else is worth a lot? We could give them some goats. Oh no, it's up here. So if we do... Okay, good. Okay, we might be able to just chill out about this whole thing, actually. Give you 2 males, 2 females. A longbow gives us an opportunity to make more. Hold on. Give you some garbagey melee equipment. Again, this is just giving us an opportunity to grind out more. Oh, you know what? We can even give them some of the garbage equipment that we know is just eating up space on the stockpile. Okay, we might actually get away with this. Hold on. Short bows we don't use. Gambeson's garbage. Some basic spears. We're gonna give away basically all our military equipment that is just eating up space. It's gonna be great. and some sturdy clothing. Okay, I've never really thought about it this way, but this is actually kind of great for us because this just gives us an opportunity to make more stuff as well as just clear up inventory. It's like a clearinghouse sweepstakes, but with murder. Ancient, you guys would want a bunch of honey, by the way. I think I've got like 700 of the damn things. We do have a bunch of rough wine. Give you 100 of that. Heretic crowns, some masks, hoods I don't need. It will take beeswax. Okay, hold on. We can actually narrow this down a little bit more. Oh, actually, hold on. I don't even need to give you gold, I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not giving you my gold. Screw you. I'm gonna give you literally all my garbage. Don't die, the chicken's still alive. I can't believe that worked. More garbage bows, a flail. Don't need that spear. A wooden mask I'm never gonna wear. Oh, this is great. Maybe don't give away all our winter clothing because it is coming up and I don't know how much flax we have to make more. We can definitely give away some summer clothing though. That's fine because we're literally wearing most of them right now. A cap I'm not gonna wear. Why did I never do this? Being stubborn is not worth it. Just give in to demand so you don't have to worry about killing people or getting your people killed. Oh, they will take honey, which is weird that I think they value the beeswax over the honey, which is an edible thing. Okay, well, go down to an even 400 on that. I like my round numbers. So the greatest trade deal in history, so I don't have to waste my time with a siege. We're giving away maybe 20 to 30 pieces of armor, weapon, equipment, clothing, a couple goats that we already have plenty of, a bunch of rough wine, 120 beeswax, 215 cuts of raw meat, and 76 of smoked meat, which means we can actually get rid of more of the raw meat thanks to the fact that we need to make more of the stuff, and a little bit of honey that we can create infinitely. Also that they just go away. This is so much easier. Thanks for taking all this stuff off my hands, you nerds. Seal the deal, yeah. Honestly, this looks really bad, but it is so worth it, because I'm literally not going to use any of this stuff. It's all garbage equipment. And they like us, yay. Notes of the bard's song carried on the wind as he wandered away over the hills. I called to them in song, but they did not come along. I sang of love's sweet grace, where the willow shadows throng. I pleaded with my strings, yet Cuthbold remained a stewer. Now my heart is aching, but my gold is gathered near. Okay, I can kind of see why this guy wanted to go away. But there we go, so now we just don't have to worry about a siege anymore. That is so much easier. Obviously, we're not going to do that for everyone going forward, but one, I'm rusty as hell, so I don't know if I'd do well in a siege. And two, we have way more important stuff to worry about. Like expansion. Back to the important things that we need to work on. Yeah, let's go one more row out, and then I think we stop expanding this way. Probably leave that one as is, and definitely get a wooden beam up before I forget along this one, and probably get this wooden beam put up as well. Then once we get that done, we'll probably want to go ahead and keep trying to expand this over here and figure out exactly what we're doing with it. Also, follow-up, I do remember I need to get some gold ingots. So let's prioritize that after this round of iron. But honestly, probably just go ahead and cancel this one because I think we're about to just move both the chapel and the temple up this way and probably just finish the wall as well. See, look at how empty and clean our workshop is now. And we still have our armor racks for stuff that we actually care about and can make. So a little bit of a cop out, but mostly it's just to clear up floor space. And also, how's the... Oh yeah, this place is still looking perfectly fine. Yeah, I think that was honestly worth it. I guess that's also why you just stockpile a bunch of garbage, because eventually you can just get rid of it to not have to deal with an inconvenience. Love that for us. Also, probably continue the tree chopping quests now that we have a little bit of free time, because I should guarantee us at least a couple days apiece before the next bad event happens. Although if we were able to get one or two more guys just in for free, that would be awesome. I would not mind having a couple more melee lads. And I guess the follow-up to that is... yeah, we should probably consider getting our next set of gates out before the next siege, which I think we have a good idea for that. Go ahead and dismantle these ahead of time. And you know what? Oh, that needs mechanical. Hold on. How are we can... oh, wait, we can't make mechanical, can we? Yeah, we need 20 smithing. Okay, I was about to say, let's just go straight for portcullises, but we need to hold off on that. Who is the one working on that? Eustace is at 18. Yeah, you're at 14, but you're also having a growth in it. And you're at 13. Eustace does have that prioritized. Go up to 6 shackles as well. And we will want to get some armor underway. Yeah, go ahead and bump shields down. Do not make gold helmets. Just iron and steel, please. Thank you. And we'll do some mail armor as well. There we go. Hopefully they'll be able to do something with that. We do need to figure out how we're going to actually form this back line. I think we can actually get rid of most of this stuff at this point, because we will probably want to leave it a little bit more open. dismantle these before we tear down the walls so we don't waste the resources. But I think I've got a plan for all this. Also, while we're thinking about it, we are going to need to figure out exactly when we want to stop sowing. Let's see, you're growing, maximum yield 3 days. It's only the first day of autumn, so we do have a while. And how are we looking on food count? I mean, I know we're good just looking at the cellar, but I think we are about to expand this a little bit further. Yeah, they did finish that up, so make sure we cover the entirety of it. There we go. Kind of dark in the workshop, isn't it? I feel like we should probably go ahead and fix that a little bit. Give you a wall torch there, wall torch there. Oh, we usually have a brazier in here as well, but that's off because... Actually, let's see, 50, how is temperature overlay? There we go. It is starting to get a little bit chilly at night. Let's go all brazier mode all the time. Go ahead, turn them all on, and we'll start low intensity. That should be fine for now. There we go. That's the nice warm yellow that we like to see. And just confirm, yeah, these shelves are all set up to have medicine on them. So let's go ahead and copy those down and get an entire row of those going. Do I think this is going to be enough floor space? Leave one run-through row here. And I think we're gonna keep expanding. I was thinking about filling up the entire wall with shelves. I think we're gonna need the floor space for more ice blocks and more booze. Also, something that I do probably need to tone back on a little bit. Yeah, because the fermenting is only gonna be the fermenting. Once it's like made and it goes up, it's gonna go back down. So we're gonna have so much on the stockpile. So I think we can lower that a little bit. And we're not making ale because that's just barley. How are we doing on that, by the way? 259, we're okay. You know what? It's probably not a bad idea to have variety. We'll just bring them down to 30, 30, 30. That'll be the last priority. And we didn't go up to lavishes. We should be good on herbs, right? Yeah, 304, we're fine. Oh no, it's right there, never mind. Oh, it's the animal feed I wasn't doing right. And we could pickle some vegetables as well. That's probably not a bad idea. Do 30 of those. And did we get the hay situation under control? We did. I remember that was a problem a while ago. Turn barley off of that though, as well as the pickled vegetables, and we can have 30 animal feed. There we go. And I'm even gonna, yeah, leave barley off of the lavish meals and the regular meals as well. Just have that purely for growing and alcohol, I think will be a good call. And we never did the update to this. Whoops. Happy birthday, Scott. No perk. There we go. We didn't really have anything on the stockpile to cut up anyway, but... Ooh, Scott up to 30 tailoring as well. That's pretty good. Now, speaking of, where is the tailoring bench? This one. Summer clothes. We're doing okay on winter clothes. Probably drop that down to 3 and then make sure that we have 9 winter clothes, because we will be dropping most of our summer clothes. I think we have Coothbolds on his winter still. Oh, speaking of, we can probably swap over to winter gear soon. We'll see how nice it is when it's daytime, because first couple days of autumn, I think, tend to stay pretty warm, so it's not a huge rush to switch over to winter, but I feel like you need to switch over to winter sooner than you need to switch over to summer. Okay, most of the shelves are already underway, so we'll let those finish up, and then we'll probably continue working on the exterior wall. Okay, I did want to make sure we don't have medicine sitting on the stockpile. That's good, because I'm pretty sure medicine can go bad. And how are we looking on that? Up to 8 kits already. Good to see that's going well. And we can actually go up to the advanced healing kits. So we'll do 10 simple. Go ahead and get 5 of the basics, and then we'll probably make some advanced ones afterwards. Okay, 55 degrees. It is raining outside, and it's not midday yet. Still looking pretty cool out. I might just pull the trigger and do early winter clothes, honestly. Nothing really wrong with it. Simon up to 30 culinary. Fantastic. Yeah, you know what? Might as well. Winter clothes for everyone. Okay, interesting. No one dropped their clothing right away. You're the only one that's force equipped. Oh, I wonder if that bug is back. Unless they changed it where they don't actually take their clothes off until they swap. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll let today run for a little bit, see if it fixes itself, but chances are I might need to drop those on force and then they'll go pick them up. Oh, the workshop's looking pretty damn busy right now. You love to see it. See, if we had to fight that battle, half our guys would probably be dead and the other half would probably be laying in bed right now, not doing anything. But we're still fully productive, and hopefully we'll be able to just turn this into being able to fight the next battle. So how cold is it in here? 36. Not great, but not terrible. I think yeah, a lot of our ice has been wearing off, but hopefully we'll be able to fix that this winter and hopefully get a bunch of stuff made. Actually, it looks like some of these were possibly freezing overnight, so maybe at night we're actually making ice? That would be great. I didn't keep a close eye on what the temperature actually was, so... we'll have to take a look at that. 63 outside. So honestly, not that bad with the rain. So it probably would be closer to 68, 70 if it was not raining. All right, I was thinking that we should probably reorganize the kitchen a little bit to be a little bit cleaner now that we actually have room. I'll probably move the brewing station over to this corner once he's done brewing this batch. And what are we doing over here? Fermenting fruit juice, mash, and milk. Okay, slight problem. It looks like we actually ran out of wood. So let's go get some of that, I guess, because we're definitely gonna need more for the walls. Yeah, start setting up. Problem is, I think I got pretty much all the dead trees around base, so we'll probably need to go for some live ones. Not the end of the world, but it is something I like to avoid when I can. Hey, friendly visit from a merchant. That was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Oh, scent of spices. Okay, we finally got a good merchant after I think the last 4 were all rangy hawkers. Dope. I don't think this is technically the best merchant. I think it's like a mid merchant, but honestly, I think I prefer this one over the Toledo sword one. I feel like these guys usually have good trade goods, whereas they just have weapons and armor, which I'd rather make myself. So we might get something good here. We'll have to see. And probably a good time to go ahead and dig this out a little bit further. There we go. Not that far. Get rid of this row, please. There we go. Make a nice little kill box right out front of the gate. And Eustace, please go speak with the woman. I have wares to trade if you're interested. I sure am. Oh, actually, any troubles on your travels? Another bandit camp near Dangmarsh. I'd steer clear. We'll definitely go do that stuff at some point, but again, I feel like that's something you want to do once you have spare manpower, and right now we kind of need all hands on deck just to make sure everything's getting done, as well as to make sure that everyone's properly armored. And what do you have for us? From Easingwold, I don't remember who you guys are. Iron ingots, leather, limestone. You guys can have some of our excess flax seeds. We don't need all of these. I'd be willing to buy your barley off you. They are selling ice blocks. We apparently have 20. So I guess we're doing better than I thought we were. Oh, you know what? You have a couple female chickens. We'll grab those. Start getting some eggs. That'd be great. And grab your male chicken too. Why not? A few traps. Apple saplings we're fine on. Could try and buy mechanical components. That might not be terrible. How much would all of those cost? 127. Our seed counts are looking okay. I'll just take your barley as well, because we're always going to be using that. Clay and limestone we can make ourselves, and iron we can make ourselves as well. And you have 34 gold. We'll try and take that. So we need to offer up 165. If we give her 232 beeswax, that already seals the deal, along with those flax seeds. I might be interested in some iron ingots. 100 would be 200. Okay. What else can we give you? How do you feel about some honey? We can offer you 300 of that. Give you a little bit more beeswax. There we go. What we're going to end up doing, two hens and a chicken, 7 mechanical components, 100 iron ingots, 34 gold coins, and a little bit of barley in exchange for honey, beeswax, and flax seeds we don't need. Go for that. Yeah, it's good to be back trading. Go ahead and get all that urgent hauled, please. And if we really wanted to, now that we've done that, defensive structures, you need 5 mechanical components to make 1 portcullis. I think we do that, actually. So there we go. Now we can make at least one of those. And bandit camp. That's all over here in Dangmarsh. Yep, that's those 3. No problem. We're probably not going to be checking those out anytime soon. And I'm thinking we technically did lose some regional influence when we gave away a bunch of our stuff, because you gain influence by amassing wealth. And right there, victory in battle and repelling enemy raids increases it even faster. Again, I don't even know what this does. I think it has something to do with the events you get and attracting people to your settlement. Honestly, I don't know like what the direct correlation of that is. Also, I don't know if we're going to need to train those chickens or not. Go ahead and get trained up. Slight problem with the portcullis. It is going to be offset no matter where we put it. I was thinking about putting it here and tearing this down and putting the gates out here, but that does feel a little bit of a waste of resources. I think I'll just put one out here, and then once we get our own mechanical components, we'll go ahead and put those ones on the inside. Also, make sure that we put the winch on the right side. That would be really embarrassing to let them just be able to walk in whenever they feel like. And go ahead and wooden wall there, as well as along here. 25. Oh, do we not have... Okay, it could be a slight problem. Hold on. 24. Okay, Dwight is literally 1 away from being able to do that, so that's fine. I'll be honest, I did not realize that took 25 construction skill. I guess it makes sense. It is a bit of a complicated structure, but yeah, it was a bit closer than I thought it would be. We should hopefully be able to get that done by the next siege, because we do have plenty of stuff we need to build. And speaking of, probably go ahead and tear these down as well. And there is a little bit of dirt and the like inside the trench, so I'm actually going to build a little bit of a wooden ladder here just to go grab that. And also just give us an excuse to work on construction a little bit more. Yeah, the workshop has been just working all day. That's really good to see. Okay, we're making the mail armor thanks to all that iron that we just bought. Making some baradishes, swords. Still waiting on our smith, which will probably... Is that Laurentia? I think that's the problem is... Oh, no, it's Eustace. Okay, you're working on armor, so you should be grinding that up. So hopefully we'll be able to start making our own mechanical components by the next part. That'd be great. And probably get the clay bricks under construction now. I kept that a little bit low because we didn't have anyone to do it for a while, but now we have Goofbold, so we can definitely start cranking that out. Oh, and there's our gold ingots. Lovely. In fact, probably go ahead and... Okay, we don't even have the silver yet, but we can probably start working on that soonish. In fact, just go ahead and get it queued up. Also get gold under iron now, because I do prioritize the iron. And go up to 120. Actually, 150 on iron would probably be pretty good. And I think after that, we might want to start working on steel. How are we looking on coal? We can fire some up if we want to convert wood into coal, but we do also have... Yeah, we have a little bit of a coal deposit over here. We should have more somewhere. Yeah, we do have a... Okay, you know... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, coal tends to be fairly common, but... Okay, we have a few little seams of it. We can definitely do something with that. We just need to make the effort to go grab the stuff. And sadly, it does look like that bug is back because I don't think a single person has swapped off their summer gear. Unless that's a design choice that they made out of nowhere to be like, oh, by the way, you're only going to change your clothes once they break. Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't think I like that. I think that's a bug. I feel like this one was in the game and then they got rid of it and now it's back. And yeah, Kuthbold's the only one that doesn't have a room now, so we'll need to fix that. But I think that's where we can go ahead and call it apart for here, ladies and gentlemen. An interesting way to deal with the siege. First time we've had to do that. And honestly, I think it's a lot more of a viable option than I was giving it credit for, because it seems like it's a lot of numbers and it's like, oh, you got to give them so much stuff to go away. But we really just gave them a bunch of garbage. We gave them so much stuff that I don't care about. It cleared floor space so that we can actually make good stuff. And most importantly of all, not a single person got injured and we were immediately back to work, which is huge. And that's usually your biggest loss on a siege, is the time they have to spend recovering from said thing. We also got a nice little friendly merchant for a good change, and they gave us some good stuff, and we will hopefully next time have our portcullis up and running. And I think next time we're also going to continue working on the interior of the keep. We set this up a little bit. I think we'll go ahead and expand this into whatever we're planning to do over here. I have a couple ideas, but I'm thinking what we'll also want to do is get Kuthbold a room, and then we can finally get the Great Hall underway. I think the base floor is big enough. We might even want to expand it a little bit further and kind of repurpose the backyard a little bit more. And I'm hoping we can get a few more people in, because as soon as we have decent manpower, I would like to try and explore the points of interest. The problem is those can be very risky. It looks like there's some good stuff in there, but you do have a few different variations. If we get a puzzle, that's not too bad, because you literally just gotta figure out a puzzle. But if you have to deal with a bunch of bandits, then you need to make sure that your guys are armed up and ready to fight, which our guys can definitely scrap. But I'm not sure if we're willing to risk losing them over what may or may not be decent for us. So hopefully you're looking forward to all that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.